In this video, we'll be diving into a really cool and creative feature called masking. What is masking? Masking is when you hide or reveal part of an object using the shape of another object. A typical example is a profile avatar, where you want to show the face and hide the remaining parts using a circular shape, just like the one we have on the screen. So now, how do you create a mask? I'll be demonstrating the profile avatar using these two images here. These are two unique images. This has a background and this doesn't have any background. So first thing to do is to draw our circle. I'll pick the ellipse tool and draw a circle. I'll drag my image here. I'll expand this a little bit. One thing to note is the image or the object you are trying to mask has to be above the masking layer, in this case this circle. So what I will do is bring my image above the circle. I'll right click on image and I'll select bring to front, or use the keyboard shortcut closing square bracket. Now that my picture is in front of the circle, I'll select my picture and I'll select this circle. I'll right click and I'll select use as mask, or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl Command M on mark. Now my picture has been masked inside the circle. The next thing to do is to edit what I have currently. How do I edit a mask group? I'll double click. My image has been selected, then I'll drag the way I want it, and I can as well expand my picture just the way I want it. This is perfect. I can double click away, and now we have our profile avatar. For the second image, I will draw another circle. I'll drag my image here. I'll expand this image a bit. Now my image is beneath my circle. I'll bring the image to the front. I'll select the image. I'll select the circle. Right click, then use as mask. Now, because this image does not have a background, our background is empty. I can click on the image and adjust it the way I want. Now I need to improvise for the background. What I would do is draw a rectangle, say this rectangle here. I'll fill it with a different color. Let me use a shade of blue. Now I need to put this blue rectangle inside this mask group. On my layers panel, you can see this is the mask group, this is the picture, this is the mask layer here. What I can do is I can copy this shape, Command C or Command X. I can cut it, come to this mask group, select it and paste. This is the rectangle here. It's currently covering the picture. What I will do is just drag it behind the image. Now we have my rectangle here and I have my picture at the top. When you are masking, it's not compulsory you mask into circle, rectangle, triangle. You can mask into a custom shape. For example, this shape right here. This shape right here. Let me expand this shape a bit. Let me demonstrate masking into a custom shape using this image here. I'll expand my image a little bit. I'll bring it here. Remember, the object we are trying to mask has to be at the top of the mask layer. I'll send this to front. I'll click on the image. I'll click on the shape and I'll click on use as mask. I can adjust. I'll click on the image, expand it the way I want it. Here we go. Another thing to note is you can mask an object into a text. Let me demonstrate that with this image here. I'm going to grab my text tool and type the word Paris. I will expand this. I'll make this text really bold, maybe closer together. Now this is what I would do. I will expand my picture to the length of the text. I'll send this to the front. I'll select my picture. I'll select my text, right click, use as mask. I can click on the picture to adjust it to bring it to the center. Now you have your picture inside your text. It's important to know that you can use a shape to mask another shape. You can use a shape to mark a text and vice versa. So how do you unmask an object that has been masked? Let's assume you want to unmask this picture from this custom shape we created earlier. What we are going to do is 2 steps. We are going to unmask and we are going to ungroup. You come to the layers panel here, you select the shape, you right click and you see remove mask. You click on remove mask. Now the picture has been unmasked from the shape, but they are still grouped together. You select the mask group, you right click and you select ungroup. Now you can move your picture, you can move your shape. It's as simple as that. So guys, that's the long and short of masking. I hope this was helpful and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.